Cornhole Nation, it is time to stir the pot again. I got my conference rankings coming out of the 2019 ACL Bag Brawl. I'm also going to welcome guest ACL Pro Rubin, coming off of his big win in advanced doubles at that same Bag Brawl. This is the ACL Throwdown. Yes, like I said, I got ACL Pro Rubin going to be calling into the show this week. He is going to talk about his big win with advanced doubles partner Chris Novi that they had at the 2019 ACL Bag Brawl. An incredible win that they had together as a team. Got on their first ESPN broadcast. It really was a milestone win for them. So stay tuned for that conversation with Jay. But, of course, first, my hashtag Trey's Takes this week. You guys love these power rankings. It always stirs the pot a little bit, so I'm happy to bring you some more conference power rankings coming out of this third national of the year. We only got one national left. So, just to recap, my top 5 coming out of the second national. So before these rankings, I had the Southeast number 1, the Mid-East number 2, Atlantic number 3, the Great Lakes number 4, and the Mid-South number 5. So first, let's see how different my rankings are this time around. I'm going to give a quick shout out to my number 6. Okay, and we're not gonna go dive deep in here, but the Southwest Conference is starting to make a name for itself, really top heavy with the top 5 or 6 players. If the bottom half of that conference can really develop, I think the Southwest in the future is going to be a really tough conference to beat. So, give you a little bonus there. But first, let's get to number 5 on my list. Number 5, and this is a change here, I have the Great Lakes Conference. And I know a lot of people just got real angry real quick here. The most energetic and emphatic conference gets my number 5 ranking. So just looking through some of the things that they've accomplished so far this season and where they stand right now, they have the number 13, the number 17 ranked singles players in the country. They have the number 12 ranked overall player in the country, number 11 and number 14th ranked pro teams in the country. They have 3 top 4 appearances in national singles events, that'd be advanced singles. They have an advanced doubles win. Of course, my guests this week, Jay Rubin and Chris Novi, as well as a singles win at a national, being Ryan Windsor at the Cornhole Mania. So they got some decent finishes, and they have that one big win. But I said this last time, and it rolls over into this time. They are so top-heavy right now. Jay Rubin and Chris Novi helped out a little bit, but right now, Ryan Windsor, if you take Ryan Windsor out of that, you have really no legitimate place, even I think in the top 5 right now. So, Ryan Windsor, yes, he's helping, and that's the reason they're in the top 5, but right now, they got some work to do here at this 4th and final national coming up. So, Great Lakes Conference, you're sitting at number 5. Another thing I want to look at is the difference between my rankings last time and this time. They drop 1 spot. So in order for someone to move up or down in my conference rankings, you got to do something. Well, they did have an advanced doubles win, but the problem is my number 4 conference had a pro doubles win. So that rolls right into my number 4 ranked conference, the Mid-South. And the Mid-South is so perplexing to me because they are absolutely dominating the ACL Pro Division, but otherwise they're okay. They have some high points for sure, but they're really doing well in the Pro Division. That's why they're in the top 5. But the reason they're not higher than 4 is because of their singles and doubles performances outside of the Pro Division. So looking at the Mid-South, they have the number 3 and number 11 ranked singles player, the number 2, number 7, and half of the number 9 ranked pro team, half being Derek King. They have a top 4 finish in singles at a national, of course that being Matt Guy. They have 2.5 ACL Pro National wins. The half, again, Derek King gets half a credit for that. But then you have Philip Hayden and Damon Dennis. They won 1 pro doubles. And then Jimmy McGuffin and Josh Lunsford just won a pro doubles at the Bag Brawl. So that's 2.5 out of 3 possible. That's pretty darn good, if I say so myself. As well as they have 5.5 appearances in the final, in the 14 playoff of pro doubles at a national. 5.5. So going through counting all the teams that qualified. So that's incredible as well. Like I said, dominating the pro division, but singles, advanced doubles, got to give me a little bit more to go up in the rankings. Mid-South is number 4. Again, where they move up or down, haven't really improved in singles and doubles, but they got another pro doubles win. That pushes them up 1 in the ranking. All right, next, I have my number 3. I got the Atlantic Conference, so no change here, the Atlantic Conference. And one thing here is they're the complete opposite of the Mid-South. They are way up in the rankings, but they're lacking a big win or a big finish. They have 1 advanced doubles win, or really a half a win, with Jay Corley winning with Tyler Poitras at the Cornhole Mania, but they don't have another signature win, I should say. Go through their conference. We have the number 7, number 8, number 9, number 13, and number 19 ranked singles player. The number 1, number 2, number 4, number 7, number 10, number 11, number 13, number 17, and number 18 overall players in the overall standings. They have that half of an advanced doubles win. They have 1 top 4 singles appearance at a national, and they have that 1 top 4 pro, or a half of a pro appearance, or a half of a pro win, I should say. Jordan Kamba taking that half a win at the first national of the season. Now, one caveat I want to make, and one little asterisk I want to make, I just gave a lot of credit based on rankings here, but all of the players in the Atlantic Conference have already competed in their 3 conference events, meaning as of right now, they are getting 50 bonus points each. So you have to keep that in mind. You can't look 100% at rankings, because they're going to get a little bit of inflation because they've had their 3rd conference. Other conferences are going to catch up here soon. Atlantic Conference, number 3. No change. Number 2, the Mid-East. No change again. The Mid-East Conference, Ohio and Pennsylvania, again, they hold steady. Another good finish at the Bag Brawl. Let's look at them. They have the number 2 ranked singles player, number 18, number 19 ranked singles player, the number 8, 15, and 19 ranked overall, the number 2, 4, 11, 5, and 2 15th place ranking pro teams. So again, that's 2, 4, 11, 15, and 15. There's a tie there, ranked in the pro division. They have 3 appearances in the 4-team playoff in the pro division. They have 2 appearances in the 4-man playoff in advanced singles at nationals, as well as they have back-to-back-to-back women's doubles champions, Christine Papke and Stacia Pugh. So the Mid-East Conference coming in real strong. They had a great finish at the Bag Brawl. Cody Henderson and Adam Hissner make that 14 playoff. Cody Henderson makes the 4-man playoff in advanced singles. So they're continuing that momentum. I give them credit. They hold steady. We'll see how they finish the year. Mid-East, number 2. And that leaves my number 1, the Southeast Conference. They haven't moved from it all year since I gave it to them in January after the kickoff battle, but they've earned it. They were number 1 before the Bag Brawl, and all they did was take someone that I wasn't even talking about, and Scott Lane. And Scott Lane comes out and wins singles. He comes in 2nd in both pro and advanced doubles. He wins the Crew Cup, and he comes in 3rd in the advanced blind draw. I mean, you can't have a better weekend than that. Not to mention Noah Wooten comes in 3rd place in advanced singles. He has a big win there. So let's look at the Southeast. They have the number 4, the number 14, the number 16th ranked overall players in the country, the number 3, the number 5, the number 6, the number 15, and number 16th ranked singles players in the country, the number 1 and number 5 ranked pro teams in the country. They have 2 advanced singles wins at nationals, Scott Lane and Dalton McClem. They have 3 top 4 pro doubles appearances at a national. 2.5 top 4 in pro nationals. They have 3 top 4 singles appearances at a national, and they have an advanced double win with Dalton McClem and Kyle Malone. This isn't even, it's just ridiculous. I can go on and on and on. Southeast Conference, they're number 1. They didn't do anything to lose it. They're going to stay up there in the ranking, and they've earned it. Fair and square. I didn't even get to talk about all the different players that were associated that contributed. But anyway, those are my rankings. Let me know in the comments. Drop a comment here. Let me know how awful you think my rankings are. Let's see how much I can stir the pot here, but I think they're pretty darn close to what they should be. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll look forward to ranking some more conferences after the 4th national of the season. That's enough of my rankings. Let's get to my conversation with ACL Pro Jay Rubin. He can talk about his big win with Chris Novi at the Bag Brawl as well as the rest of his season.
ACL Pro Jay Rubin on the show this week. He is coming off of his big advanced doubles win back at the 2019 ACL Bag Brawl, playing with Chris Novi. Jay, thank you for coming on the show, and I just got to get straight to it, man. What is it like? What was it like to get that first big win as an ACL Pro?
Well, first, Trey, thanks for having me. I appreciate you taking the time out. For me, it was just a huge sense of accomplishment. Everything, that I've been working towards, the last, probably 2 years, just finally came together, and everything just seemed to be going right for us on Saturday there. It started off, actually, our first pro game. We played our buddies Nate and Adam up in Wisconsin, and I went the entire match without missing a bag. So I knew, that was setting the tone for me for the weekend. And I was hoping to take that as far as I can, and, it took us all the way to ESPN.
Yeah, you got that first big appearance, certainly a big day for you. And you even alluded to that, what you've been working towards. But what a lot of people don't realize, and even I didn't realize that much, is how quick your ascension has been to that top tier. I remember just even 18 months ago, relatively unknown in the game. Obviously, you had some players that you knew up in the Chicago area, but really, it's been pretty quick for you to get up near the top. Was there anything that clicked over this past year, or was it just the gradual buildup of your game?
It was kind of the gradual buildup of the game. Believe it or not, 2 years ago, I really didn't even have a flat back. I still was pretty straight down the middle. I really didn't have much of an airmail, to be honest, either. I could throw it, but I just couldn't throw it with, consistency. So, I worked and tweaked on those things, going to blind draws or just hanging out at a buddy's house. For me, playing in the backyard just doesn't do it for me. I have to have somebody standing next to me and get the real feel for, that sense of competition, where every bag matters, because when you get to the big stage and, when you want to become an elite player, you got to be able to have those shots in your arsenal. So I want to be comfortable, making those types of shots. So before like a big tournament, I'll throw in my house and I actually throw like a foot off center. So for me, it's always a step out shot. So when I have to go and do a step out, type shot, it's very comfortable for me. It's not foreign. So I worked on those little things. And then, after that, you get into the big tournaments and you start playing the bigger names and seeing, where do you stand, against the top tier competition? How do you play? Win or lose? What do you take away from it? Because in my opinion, a loss is as valuable as a win, if you take the right things from it and you apply it to it. So there were times, I went out there and, I would just get creamed by certain guys, whether it was in singles or doubles, and like, all right, what did I do wrong? What can I do differently? So, I studied that myself and studied other players, and, I try to apply that to my game as much as possible. So this season, it seemed to really come together for me. All my regionals, I'm 13 for 13 in, singles at regionals, both here in Chicago and Wisconsin. Conference, we got a W under our belt there up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So that was a big confidence booster, rolling into to the nationals this year.
Absolutely. You've been on a roll, and that's really an undersell of what you've been able to accomplish so far this year. And so playing with Chris Novi, you talked about some doubles wins in there. Tell me a little bit about that dynamic and what that relationship is like, you and Chris, on and off the boards.
Yeah, Chris has always been we just started playing together, I would say, probably about a year ago. And he's always been a guy that, people look up to around here, and he's always not afraid to help you out and coach you, and he'll shoot with just about anybody. So, we did a couple tournaments together, and we won them, and they're like, you know what, let's see if we can turn this into something, and go pro together. So we shot some more tournaments together, and we came out the gates a little bit rough to both of our standards. But we corrected some things, and, I think it's starting to now take off for us. We got a second place finish in our bracket down in St. Louis after we had an early loss, and we ran off a few wins in a row. So I think, that confidence builder that we had from St. Louis going out to Arizona, I think it helped us, pull off that victory.
I would not doubt that for a second. You guys have been a force to be reckoned with all the way. I got to tell you this little story. So you probably know this, but Mr. Don Juan Bermudez sent me a little bit of message before this tournament there in Arizona, guaranteeing Rubin and Novi on the main stage in pro doubles on that broadcast. And I had to give him about 80% credit. He was incorrect. You guys did not make it on the pro doubles broadcast, but you did find another way around it to get on that advanced doubles bracket. So I know you guys got some fans behind you and some people that are rooting for you and some people that definitely have a lot of faith in you. And kind of that really translates to the last question is what can Rubin and Novi accomplish for this rest of the season? What are the goals? What are the expectations?
Well, the rest of the season, I'd like to get a singles W under my belt. I consider myself a strong singles player. I've gotten 2 runs down to the Final Four, the winner's side in my bracket, and then I've ran into some tough opponents, and things just went a little bit wrong for me. But I would like to get that one taken care of, hopefully in Connecticut, and then on the big stage at the championships. Coming together as a team with me and Novi, we're going to be playing together at the championships because we won't be able to make it out to Connecticut. But we definitely want to take this momentum from Arizona and apply it to the championships and show, this wasn't just a fluke appearance that we made, that we are a team in the Midwest and in the country, that other teams, got to watch out for.
And I have all the faith in the world. ACL Pro Jay Rubin. Jay, thanks for sitting down with me, talking some cornhole, talking some strategy. And, of course, good luck the rest of the way, starting here in Connecticut in just about a month, a few weeks from now. And then, of course, those ACL championships in August.
Hey, thanks again for having me, Trey.
Yes, Jay Rubin, as confident as ever. Obviously had a great finish. Congratulations, Jay, and thank you for sitting down with me on the ACL Throwdown this week. The 2019 ACL Final Chase is here. Registration is open for the 4th and final national of the 2019 ACL season. So make sure you get registered. Go to app.iplayacl.com to get registered. We will see you in Connecticut for that final national. That's all the time that I got this week. For the American Cornhole League, this is Trey Ryder. We'll see you guys next week.